Studio Series 86 Bonecrusher. A mixed bag of feelings, just like the other one. With Devastator finally out, our second video of the Constructicon week pertains to this guy, this chunky man of the night. So, what do I think about him? Let's take a look at that, shall we? Hello, my name is Kloofjump, and this is my review of the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Bonecrusher. Let's start with the look of the figure. The painting and sculpting on him is obviously really good. But one thing I really want to know, this is the big thing I want to point out, there is way too much green on him. I know, the Constructicons are supposed to be green, big whoop. But like, you take a look at some of the other figures in the line, like Hook, Long Haul, Scrapper, even Scavenger and Mixmaster, who I don't have. All of them have like purple and green scattered about with bits of like red and such, maybe even silver. But Bonecrusher, he doesn't have any of that. He is just green with silver on the head, and the chest has more detail than the rest of the body combined in terms of paint. I like how the treads look as feet. I like that. I've always been a fan of like tread legs, and that's going to be a big point when I point it out on like Scavenger whenever I get him. Hopefully when I get like, you know, money. But also, the arms are a bit too short. Now, there are some design kits, some upgrade kits, I should say, that fix that issue. But that means that Hasbro pretty much compromised this guy for the look of the vehicle mode, which I believe looks better than this. But we'll get to that when we get to that. The arms are way too short, they look way too thin, and you know what fixed that? Scavenger. Scavenger, again, being the superior arm bot, he has that fix where the hands fold into the arms, and that's exactly what the DNA design kit did for it. But no, they couldn't do that here, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's like a reason they could do it, but if couldn't do it. But if the DNA design kit could, then Hasbro could. Other than that, there's not too much to complain about. He is really stocky for sure, but overall the design work is like a 6 out of 10. I do like it though. In terms of articulation, it's nothing too out of the ordinary. There are some things that are a bit too tight, like say the D's. I don't like how they lock in, but it is necessary for that. And when working the articulation, there are some things like the shoulders that just don't tab in. The ankle pivots for me are way too tight, but he is really solid because of that. If you shake him around too much, like, nothing's really going to move, as you can see. It just this. Overall, it's normal, but I have a big complaint with it too. There is, if you untab the scoop, there is a waist swivel and an ab crunch. But the caveat here is that when there's a transformation joint, and when you plug it in, you can't utilize any of it without it looking really bad. And that's my biggest complaint about the articulation. Other than that, everything's really good. There's nothing really missing that should or shouldn't be there. And the system of ball joints that help him do this, it's really nice. I say articulation is 7 out of 10. Points taken off for the useless waist swivel and ab crunch. I will not be forgiving them for that. In terms of accessories, he only comes with the blaster. The blaster is painted in a really nice matte black finish. Is it painted? No, it's not painted. What am I thinking? What are we thinking? Why would it be painted? It's black plastic, guys. I'm messing with you guys. Obviously, they're not going to do anything special for it. I mean, if you count the chunk on the back for the arm, is that what's packaged separately? You could count that as an accessory, but I don't. It's part of the arm, and we'll get to the arm when we get to it. But just the blaster he comes with. He's the only one of two that I have that I found the blasters for. Scrapper and Hook do not have theirs. Oops, I lost him. But we'll get to that when we get to that. We already got to Scrapper. We'll get to Hook later. Now, he looks and feels good, but how does he look and scale with other figures? Well, let's talk about that now. To start off, we have the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Jazz. Another deluxe figure. Bonecrusher is slightly taller, Jazz is slightly shorter, but they both look really good together. I'm sure they fought each other sometime during the Battle of Autobot City. So that's always nice to have these two characters together for me. I like the way both of them look. They both have that visor. It would be great if both of them had faceplates, but what can you do? As for Voyager, let's take a look at the Constructicon we reviewed last time. Studio Series 86 Constructicon Scrapper. These two look really good together. And all four of them together so far that I have look really good together. I don't have the other two on me right now. This is who I do have on me. They both look amazing. The colors are matched really well. Let's put him next to a bigger figure. And because it's Studio Series 86, I feel obligated for that spot to be filled by the Studio Series 86 Leader Class, well, Commander Class, Optimus Prime. These two look amazing. They look really great together. They both look good on my shelf. I got a new shelf actually. I'll put up a photo of it sometime soon, or I might put up a community post for it. But undeniably, all the Studio Series 86 figures that I have look really good. And I'm glad to see how these guys scale together. Talking about the transformation, obviously it's a very simple process that I'm going to do while I talk about it. I love flipping this guy back and forth. That's like the big positive part I like about it. I like that about all of them so far. All of them that I have are really fun to flip back and forth. Really good engineering for Bonecrusher, especially. I talked about the Scrapper. That's my big positive about all of these guys. That they're very fun to transform, very easy, very fast, and results in a really great... Is this a bulldozer? I'll have to look it up. We'll just call it a bulldozer. It's a very nice bulldozer mode for the transformation. I'll give the transformation 9 out of 10. Only thing I have wrong with it is the weapon storage. That looks silly as hell. In terms of the vehicle mode, there's not really much to talk about coming to it. One of the big issues I have, I don't know if this is a widespread issue for everybody, but on mine, you can see right here, I'll put up a better picture on the screen because my camera quality is a laptop and it's really bad. But there is a bit of paint and bleed on the scoop, and I don't really like that. I don't know if that's an issue with most other people, but I'll have to look it up. The detail on the bulldozer is really nice. I like how everything looks on the mechanical detail. That's a big thing across all of them. All of them have really good mechanical detail, and that's what's... The Constructicons overall have looked really nice in like their philosophy. Everything about them, I like all of them so far. Bonecrusher is my least favorite of them. Vehicle mode, 8 out of 10. It's a really nice one though. Now the arm mode, there's not going to be much to talk about, so don't expect this to be too long of a segment. But the conversion into the arm mode is very simple, very effective. In fact, there's not much to it. And out of the box, just the base figure, the arm mode is a little incomplete. So you have to go get that Commander 2-pack for this little brick that is easy to lose, especially for me, because I can't keep track of stuff. But once you connect that, the arm mode is really nice. It's articulated with everything that you would want. But I'm going to talk about that when it comes for Devastator. A Devastator review is going to take a while because I still need to get Mixmaster and Scavenger, and obviously I don't have money, I'm broke. I'm looking for a job. Hopefully this can become a job. But in that case, it'll be a while until I get them. But I do like the arm mode. It's nice and solid. Poses really well, I'll say. Posable fingers is a good thing. Something that it has over Superion, according to my friend. Superion doesn't have articulated hands. Don't really like that. We don't like that. But I will be getting Superion. I already have Air Raid, as you saw in my last short. Well, one of my last shorts. But overall, I like the arm mode. 10 out of 10 to be real with you. Now overall, I think Bonecrusher is an easy 7 out of 10. He's not the best. He's not the worst. Well, he's the worst in my opinion. But overall, he's not the worst figure ever. He's really nice, really solid, fun in all 3 modes, and he's just good overall. I don't have any issues with the price, but I will with the upcoming prices for next year. I don't even want to talk about that, but overall, I do think that this figure is worth getting if you're getting Devastator, but if you're just getting him on his own, I would not recommend it. If you're gonna get Devastator, definitely get him now. He poses nice, he looks nice, all 3 bits, everything. He's just pretty good. He's a 7 out of 10. So next week, I'm gonna run a poll probably. As I was saying, I might run a poll. I don't know. Do you guys want to see a double review of the Commander 2-pack, or do you want them to be 2 separate reviews? Just let me know in the comments below. But depending on that, if I do 2 separate reviews, be on the lookout for a long haul to come next week. I will see you guys then. Until then, take it easy.
Boy, mate, always on the what that.